If you're an American, chances are that at some point in your life you've studied ancient civilizations, like the Egyptians or the Greeks. You might have learned about their sprawling cities, impressive buildings, and complex social structures. But what if I told you there was an ancient civilization right here in North America? That's right. Let us go back in time to around 600 AD, when Native American tribes were starting to emerge in the Mississippi Valley. One of these tribes, the Mississippians, were known for their advanced society and culture. They developed a complex social hierarchy, built large-scale earthworks, and engaged in extensive trade networks. Most of its residents were farmers who grew crops such as corn, beans, and squash in the fertile soil of the Mississippi Valley. In addition, the Mississippians were often in conflict with neighboring tribes, which led to raids and battles over resources and territory. Despite these hardships, the people of Cahokia persevered and the city continued to thrive for several centuries. The city also had a strong emphasis on trade, and many merchants traveled to distant lands to acquire goods such as copper from the Great Lakes and obsidian from the Rocky Mountains. Some scholars believe that climate change and the resulting food shortages caused the collapse of the society. This structure is similar to Stonehenge in England and other ancient sites around the world. It's believed that the Woodhenge was used for astronomical observations and may have played a role in religious ceremonies. The Mississippian culture was highly stratified, with a clear hierarchy of power and wealth. At the top of the social pyramid were the elite class, which included chiefs, priests, and warriors. The city was located along major trade routes, and merchants from all over North America came to buy and sell their wares. Cahokia's strategic location made it an ideal center for trade, and the city's rulers actively encouraged merchants to bring in exotic goods from other cultures. The city's legacy continues to fascinate archaeologists and history buffs alike, and its impact on the development of Native American cultures is undeniable. Whether you visit the site or simply learn about it from afar, Cahokia is a reminder of the incredible achievements of our ancestors, and the importance of preserving their legacy for future generations. Some of the items traded in Cahokia included copper from the Great Lakes, obsidian from the Rocky Mountains, and shells from the Gulf of Mexico. What other ancient civilizations would you like us to cover in a future video? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that like button for more videos, and we'll see you next time. Obsidian, a type of volcanic glass, was particularly prized and was used to make tools and weapons. The long-distance trade networks also brought new ideas and cultural influences which helped to make it such a cosmopolitan and diverse city. These individuals lived in large houses and wore elaborate jewelry and clothing. By 1350 AD, the city had been abandoned and the Mississippian culture had effectively collapsed. While the exact cause of the city's downfall is unknown, historians believe that a combination of factors contributed to its demise. One theory is that climate change caused food shortages and environmental degradation, which weakened the society and made it vulnerable to outside forces. Another theory is that warfare with neighboring tribes played a role in the city's decline, as did internal conflict and the slave trade. Whatever the cause, the collapse of Cahokia marked the end of an era in North American history and the disappearance of one of the continent's greatest cities. Below them were the commoners who made up the majority of the population. Commoners were typically farmers or artisans who paid taxes and followed the laws of the city. At the bottom of society were the slaves who were forced to work without pay and were considered property. The slave population was relatively small compared to other ancient societies, but they still played an important role in the economy of Cahokia. Researchers have suggested that the posts were used to track the solstices and equinoxes, and at the site, may have been used for rituals related to the agricultural cycle. However, much about the Woodhenge remains a mystery, and archaeologists continue to investigate its purpose and significance. Others argue that warfare with neighboring tribes played a major role, but feel a sense of wonder and awe at the ingenuity and creativity of the people who lived there centuries ago. The city's layout, the construction of the mounds, and the complexity of the society all point to a culture that was highly advanced for its time. The people of Cahokia worshipped a supreme being known as the sun god, who is believed to have created the world and to control the cycle of day and night. Priests were responsible for maintaining the city's sacred spaces and conducting religious ceremonies. They also served as intermediaries between the gods and the people and were highly respected members of society. Human sacrifice was also practiced in Cahokia, although it's unclear how common it was. Some archaeologists believe that human sacrifice was only used in extreme circumstances, such as during times of drought or war. Others argue that it was a regular occurrence, and that captives from neighboring tribes were routinely sacrificed to the gods. And while much about Cahokia remains unknown, the site's archaeologists continue to uncover new and exciting discoveries that shed light on this fascinating ancient city. Whatever the cause, the abandonment of Cahokia was swift, and the once great city was reduced to a pile of ruins. These items were then sold in the city's marketplace, where people from various cultures came to buy and sell their wares. However, they did not recognize the significance of the ruins, and it was until the 19th century that archaeologists began to excavate the site. Today, visitors can explore the ruins of Cahokia and learn about the fascinating history of the Mississippian culture. The site is now known as Cahokia Mounds State Historic Site and is open to the public year. Visitors can climb the mounds, explore the museum, and attend special events such as the annual Native American Festival. The Mississippian culture thrived for centuries, but its greatest achievement was yet to come. The largest mound, Monk's Hill, is 100 feet tall and contains over 2 million cubic feet of dirt. It took thousands of people hundreds of hours to build these structures, which were an integral part of the city's layout. The mounds were not just used for ceremonial purposes, but also served as burial grounds for important members of society. Archaeologists have uncovered numerous artifacts such as jewelry, weapons, and tools buried with individuals who were laid to rest on the mounds. These artifacts provide valuable insights into the beliefs and customs of the Mississippian culture, status of the individuals who were buried there. In today's video, we're going to explore the ruins of Cahokia, America's lost ancient city that you never learned about. At its peak, the city had a population of around 40,000 residents, making it one of the largest urban centers in the world at the time. At the center of Cahokia was a massive earthen mound, known as Monk's Hill, which served as both a platform for a temple and a burial site for the city's elite. From the top of the mound, one could survey the entire city and the surrounding landscape for miles. Around the mound were various residential areas, craft workshops, and storage facilities. As the city grew, more mounds were constructed, and temples and palaces were built on top of them. The largest of these was the wood, a circular structure made of wooden posts that may have been used for religious ceremonies and astronomical observations. Located near present-day East St. Louis, Illinois, Cahokia was situated on a strategic trading route between the Gulf of Mexico and the Great Lakes, which made it a hub for commerce and cultural exchange. Join us as we uncover the secrets of this mysterious metropolis and learn about the people who lived there over 1,000 years ago. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button for more videos. Around 900 AD, the Mississippians began to build what would become known as Cahokia, a sprawling metropolis that covered nearly 6 square miles. The city was laid out in a grid pattern with wide streets and large open spaces. Despite its impressive size and grandeur, Cahokia was not a city of great wealth. Life in Cahokia was not without its challenges. The city was frequently hit by floods, which could devastate crops and destroy homes. However, around 1358, the Mississippian culture began to decline for reasons that are not entirely clear. It wasn't until centuries later that European explorers stumbled upon the site of Cahokia. While exploring the site, visitors will be struck by the sheer scale of the mounds and the engineering that went into their construction. Another interesting aspect of Cahokia is the woodhead, a circular structure made up of 100 or more wooden posts that were driven into the ground in a precise pattern. As you wander through the ruins of Cahokia, you key on help. One of the most intriguing aspects of Cahokia is the society that thrived there. Religion played a central role in the lives of the Mississippians. Trade was another vital aspect of Cahokia's economy. The decline of Cahokia was a gradual process that occurred over several decades. Today, the ruins of Cahokia stand as a testament to the rich history and cultural diversity of North America. So what do you think? Would you like to visit the ruins of Cahokia?